Vena Medical, for the first time ever, has started treating patients with some of our technology, which has been a long time coming. We've been started the company more than 5 years ago, and to actually be treating patients is monumentous for us. I mean, it's absolutely huge to be developing for something for so long and then finally see it helping real people. We've treated 5 patients so far. The procedures have gone exceptionally well. Getting the clot out on the first try is really important because those patients do so much better. The industry average is only getting the clot out on the first try maybe 35% of the time. But in all 5 of our procedures, we got it out on the first try. The impact of this is huge. And today I actually was fortunate enough to actually meet the first patient that we ever treated. So I was in the room when we were treating that patient. I was standing behind the physician, maybe 8 feet away from the patient. I walked in, I started chatting with this woman and, had a very pleasant conversation and everything. And that's when I ran into the physician that did the first procedure. And he said, "Oh, you met Wileen. She was the first patient to receive the therapy from the Vena balloon distal access catheter." And I was astonished because she was doing so well. Before the procedure, she couldn't use the whole right side of her body. She's right-handed. That's super important. She couldn't speak. She was aphasic. And now, I mean, you could hardly tell that she had had a stroke. It's only been 2 months. Typically the recovery happens within about 6 months of the procedure. So yeah, so these procedures are very beneficial regardless, but there's a ton of clinical evidence showing that if you get the clot out on the first try, the patients do better. But what our technology was designed to do was to try to get it out on the first try as many times as possible, as frequently as possible. What we're trying to do is with our first 5 cases, is we were able to get it out on the first try every time. So we want to keep that going, and likewise have those patients be benefiting from that for as long as possible. It's really hard to put words to it. I mean, when we were doing the first procedure, it was in the middle of the night in London. I got a call at 2 a.m. I was staying 4 minutes away from the hospital. Got called in. I came in. I was training up the techs and making sure that they were comfortable with the device, making sure they were using devices that it was compatible with and things like that. I was texting live updates back to Phil, my co-founder, who wasn't able to be there, and we were just dumbfounded, I guess, by finally being there, finally being at the steps, and finally treating patients and doing procedures in humans, which is such a huge milestone for companies like ours, and a long time in the making. So, we're extremend proud of what we've created. We're extremely proud of how we're able to impact patients' lives, and yeah, it's sometimes hard to even slow down. Things are moving so fast that it's hard to slow down and actually celebrate. But the team managed to celebrate, and we're very excited by this, and we're really excited about what's to come because we know that this is a whole new chapter for the company, and there's still lots more to accomplish. Since we've accomplished these amazing milestones and we've treated these first 5 patients that we're really proud of, there's still a lot to do. Basically in Canada, we were able to deploy the technology pretty much across the country. Just need to get it in the hands of clinicians and into hospitals. And we also just received our first granted patent in the US, and we have every intention of commercializing down in the US as well. So we have submitted to the FDA a couple of weeks ago. It takes a considerable amount of time to actually get that cleared, but that's one of our next major milestones, that once we have it cleared in the US, we'll plan our launch down there and start helping patients across North America and eventually globally, of course. It's a Canadian developed device, Canadian hospital, Canadian physician, and the patient, lives 2 hours away from our office. It's pretty crazy. Like, she's getting her speech therapy in Kitchener. So it's such a small world. We're really excited to see these benefits and people that, had this developed in their backyard, basically.